Warhammer Online, the home of wargaming.
Hello and welcome to belated Monday musing, because today is indeed Tuesday. So thank you for bearing with me. I had some internet troubles last night. All was going well, and then all of a sudden my internet connection went, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get anything to stream up to YouTube. But all is repaired. The kind Mr. BT man came out and twiddled with a screwdriver, and all is well now. So thank you very much for joining me, albeit 24 hours later. If you're in the chat already, fantastic. Say hi, give me a shout out, let me know if you're in there. I have noticed that for the first half hour the chat was solely in German, so thank you very much for Patrick and Ralph for keeping up the multilingual aspect of Wargamer Online. I really do enjoy it when you guys just chat away in your native tongue, so it's always nice to see people from around the world joining me in the chat. So hey Ralph, hey Patrick, and then Daryl came in and everybody switched over to English, so well done Daryl for bringing it back to our native tongue. Jim Wilson is in there as well, and Daryl, Elstonation, Big Mac, Joe Scoville, Big Mac Danskill, cool, I help me duck, I help Simon Key, Watcher Peeps, Alt Boys is in there, Paul Collier is in there, All His Dust is in there, and Patrick as well, saying hello to Amit, as well as Jim Wilson again. There you go. Right, okay, so we are just a few minutes into the show. I've got a lot to talk to you about tonight. We've got a channel update to do and a bit of an announcement. Then we're going to be looking at what's going off in the studios and a little bit of forward planning for content. I've got something cool and exciting to announce for what's going off on the 16th of December. Mark that date. And also don't forget we've got ChillCon coming up as well. And then a little bit about maybe, if I get time within the allotted slot for a Monday musing, we will pop along to the community page and check out what's going off, because I've been having a good old chuckle of what's going off inside the forum, but also what's going off inside Wargamer Online community Facebook page as well. So always good to see updates coming along. Greg Jones has joined us saying evening all, so thank you very much, Greg. Right, how many? We got a few people in tonight, so don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. Look, I've put in like a reminder, because I always forget anyway, but it's up there. Joe says, it's been ages since I've managed to catch a live show and my hobby has suffered greatly. Well, I'm sorry for that, Joe, but we're here, and the good news is I think Monday Musing is back and back for good. I did a run of, I believe it was 36 shows consecutively without a break, and then the last sort of 5 or 6 shows have been scattered around. That's partly about the summer holidays and all the rest. But now as the nights draw in, and I think it's every reason to bring Monday musing back, although I have enjoyed bringing guests in on some of the Monday musings, so we'll be doing a little bit of that as well. Talking of which, Frost and Fist is in there, who joined me for the Space Wolf Codex review. I'm assuming it is the Frost and Fist. I think it's Methos, but it may not be. There's more than one Frost and Fist. There's Frost and there's Fist. But if it is, great to see you. Amit Acharya is already saying, hey there, Methos. That was really good fun, by the way, doing the Space Wolf Codex with you. So really enjoyed that, and I'd love to do more shows with you as well. And anybody who's seen the Lord of the Rings review that went up at the weekend, that was done with a chap called Rob, who's local. He's really into his gaming, really into the sort of classic scene and Lord of the Rings scene as well. So expect to see more, because we've been in constant touch since that review. And not many people know this, but it was the Lord of the Rings game that got myself and Jack actually back into wargaming. So it was originally Lord of the Rings, and unfortunately Jack was at the age where large laser guns and explosions and tanks was far more exciting than sword and sorcery, shall we say, which is why we took this sideways trip to 40k, and the rest is history. But it was good to see some of that Lord of the Rings stuff back on the table, so I'm pretty excited. Jack's going to be doing like a few playthroughs with Rob, so I'm pretty excited about that. But we'll come back to that. Big Mac Danskill saying hello. Frost and Fist says, you got it, gents. Okay, right. Without further ado, probably the most difficult part of the show, got a channel announcement to make. I'm afraid that due to personal reasons, which I'm not prepared to discuss online, and you'd appreciate why, Sam is going to be taking an indefinite break from Wargamer Online. So there you go, that's the shocking news. When I say indefinite break, that basically means I haven't really discussed when he's going to come back, other than we have discussed he will be coming back. You know, Sam will always be part of Wargamer Online. He is part of Wargamer Online. This is something that myself and Sam set up from the start, but he needs to take a bit of a break. And like I say, I'd hope that everybody out there will respect his privacy. You know, there are a few people who are friends and stuff with on Facebook and stuff like that. I'm sure we'll see him again on the community and stuff over the next few weeks, but certainly he'll be taking a break for a while from the channel. So have to get out of there, need to get the announcement, and like I say, I don't really want to discuss anymore. Rumour Control, myself and Sam are still absolutely brilliant mates, you know, so it's nothing about that. It's not about a big fallout at the channel or anything like that. This is purely a personal matter for Sam, and who can blame him from taking his life offline for a while. So there you go. That's probably all I'm going to say on that. I'd obviously love to say more, other than you know, obviously I wish him all the best, and of course I'm in touch with him, and I know that you guys will all pass on your support and positive thinking. So there you go, that's the end of that announcement. What I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of move on from here, because like I say, there isn't really any more to say to that. But I know that you'll all understand, and you'll all support him in this. So the great news is as much as we'll miss Sam, we can all spend together looking forward to his return. So there you go. Right, moving on then, because I promised I would. A few more updates to cover then. In the last few days, and in fact, actually, that tell a lie. In the last few weeks, you will have noticed on the channel that we have been introducing more people to the channel. We've seen guest people coming onto the reviews. There's been a lot of work going off in the background where I've been working on the studio. So you're going to see a few posts going up on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Can I just say, Frost and Fist, as I said, give Sam our best. I absolutely will, and I won't be surprised if he's tuning in. So if you want to give him a well wish, then feel free to wish him well in the comments, because I'm sure he'll catch up on this show, and you know, you can get the message to him directly. But I'll certainly be speaking to him, and I will pass on your sentiments. So in the background, working on all sorts of stuff. One of the things I've been working on, as you know, is this studio here, funnily called Studio 1, because it's where we started all of our first battle reports. Really, it started in my extended hobby room / garage / studio. It funnily became known as Studio 1 because it was the first place we started recording, basically. And I've been doing a lot of work over the last few weeks to get the quality of the battle reports up to a standard we're happy with. A lot of that has been around either technical issues or editorial issues about you know, how we put those battle reports together. So you will have noticed, for instance, that we introduced the zoom cam, which gave us much closer up pictures to the models, which a lot of people were asking for. We're still doing the multicam thing, but we've done things like combine the dice cams, and we've been able to turn the map cam on and off so you can see it over top of the dice tray. So what I tend to do is, you may or may not have noticed, I leave the map cam up and running during things like movement and maybe shooting, but as soon as we're kind of into shooting / combat and there's a lot more dice hitting the trays, we tend to sort of blank off the map cam and go to a dice tray, like a wooden WGO dice tray. So all of that has been kind of slowly working towards us being a lot happier with the format of the battle reports. The problem is, with all that lot, we've done a lot of experimentation, and a lot of footage has essentially gone in the bin when we've not been happy with the outcome, or it hasn't worked too well. The good news is it's finally cracked, and not only have we cracked it and we're really happy with it, we've also replicated that now in Studio 2. So either tonight or tomorrow I'll be posting a quick video up on the Facebook page, just so you guys can see a test record I did in Studio 2. So this is again pushing everything up to 1080p. Studio 2 has a 6x4 table in it, rather than here we have a 4x4 table. So the 6x4 table enables us to do larger games. Also, the good news here, is not only are we going to be able to cover those larger games, we've also got a whole host of gamers now from the local gaming club and from Wordforge Games who are being trained up on the shooting and production of those battle reports. So you're going to see more events, and I think initially that's about streaming them to Twitch and then being uploaded into the premium section of the website. But, you know, once they've spent 3 or 4 weeks inside Premium, we'll be releasing to YouTube. So, depending on where you are, whether you're one of our supporters, whether you've got access to the live Twitch channel, or whether you just catch up with us every now and then on YouTube, you'll see this content filtering through, basically. And the good news is it's all sorts of gaming systems, all sorts of armies, a much broader range than what we've covered. So I'm pretty excited about that. Obviously, it's going to make, you know, our lives a lot easier as well. In terms of producing more content, it enables me to focus more on, I think, some of the hobby side of stuff as well. You'll still see me in battle reports, and we'll still be hosting games here, but I think here on the 4x4 table you'll see more sort of Killteam battle reports, you know, the smaller size stuff, maybe Age of Sigmar skirmish, maybe Necromunda, you know, these kind of smaller games is what we're going to film here. And then in the studio you see the 2000 point 40k games, you'll see the 2000 point Age of Sigmar games, so you're gonna, you know, see that. And you know what, every now and then you'll see Adaptus Titanicus here. You will see you know, oh, I'm trying to think of the other game that I got all excited about for a second. Bolt Action. You know, some of the guys within the gaming club play Bolt Action, so again, you may sort of see some of these other games that we've kind of struggled to cover in the past. So that's the plan in terms of content, and that's all been driven by the upgrades to both studios we've made, which I have to say has absolutely been driven by the support of people in the community. Somewhere over there you can see the people who've donated for the channel. That's above and beyond their premium membership. That has been a huge help. The donations have been a huge help to enable us to invest in those studios. And you know, and even myself and Sam really take anything out of the channel at all. Basically everything we get in terms of subscriptions to the premium, we're putting straight back into the channel, so we can build content. So yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's been a hell of a lot of time over the summer holidays, but now things are settling down. I think I'm pretty excited to sort of start getting into that routine of releasing battle reports. So there we go in terms of an update on the 2 studios. I've mentioned a little bit about bat reports. I'm looking down at my notes, by the way, because I'm so terrible at keeping on track that I thought I'd actually make a few notes today. What I might do is just catch up with some of the chat. So no, Sam isn't just playing World of Warcraft, Johnny, but if anybody in the world will crack a joke like that, it will be you, and I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Travis says, do we have any confirmation of the Genestealer Cult Codex coming? No, I don't. So that's it. That's all I can say on that matter, I'm afraid. There are some lots of exciting stuff coming out of Games Workshop. Yes, it's all off camera, which is great news. They're continuing to support Wargamer Online with incredible releases, and the release that we've got at the moment on the desk, I can't mention what it is, but I literally hit the ceiling. I was so excited. I was insanely excited. It's the most exciting thing I've seen in a long time, so there you go. Can't talk any more about it. Needless to say, you will see more about it on the channel. Frost says exciting news. Travis Loads, not heard anything, would be amazing. Yes, who wouldn't agree? I definitely want my Genestealer Cult Codex. Please, come on. It feels like it's about time. We've seen the Space Wolf GSC result. We've seen the new models. All we want to see is those models put into separate boxes along with a codex. Would be amazing, please. Scott's passing on regards to Sam, so like I say, I'll skip on from that, because I'm sure Sam is going to pick up with all of these, and if not, you know what, I'm going to copy paste and message them over to Sam as well. Like I say, we are in touch. Just popped into CCG to pick up Tooth and Claw. Can't wait to play them. My first game with Space Wolves. Lovely guys there, can't wait. Well, there you go, Paul, and you know what, if you get them painted up and get down the studio, we will see you on a battle report. What have we got? I stopped caring about all aspect ratios 10 years ago when I brought my colour and tie. Brilliant. Okay. Dunny Woods has joined us, saying it's been a while since you caught a stream. Well, Dunny, welcome on board, and I'm glad you could join me. Elsa Nation, do you want more tutorials? I'm always here to help. Elsa Nation, it would be good to have a chat. Obviously, we've got ChillCon coming up, and we've got a lot to plan for that. I'm thinking maybe if you're traveling up to ChillCon, whether, you know what, we should do this privately. But listen, come and stay here. We'll have a night on our way up to ChillCon, and then we'll go on from there, maybe, if that's possible. I don't know, but there you go. The offer's there, and we'll chat about it offline, Mr. Nation. Paul Collier says Lehman Ruslow. I don't know what that's about, but we'll move on. Was it new plastic squats? No, but I do have a collection of squats, and I've decided because I need to have a bit of a clear out, I need to sort some stuff out, I'm probably going to sell my collection of squats. I've got probably 30 or 40 of them. I'm never going to get them painted. I just need to move on. Okay, there you go. That's cool. I'm up to date with the chat. I have to say your Titan looks amazing, Elster Nation. Yes, it does, Mr. Elster Nation, as well. You've done a sterling job on that, and I think Forge World spotted that as well, didn't they? And congratulated on that. Ah, Phil, it looks like I've been in the sun. Well, I was in the sun when I was over in Portugal, so I did catch a bit of sun, and I've caught a bit since as well. We were down at the coast last weekend, so caught the last of the UK sun before it disappeared for the next decade. Okay, what else have we got to talk about? Right, okay, well, like I say, I've covered the BatReps. Focus is going to be on Age of Sigmar 40k, and definitely Killteam. I think I like the format. It's kind of like the mini 40k, but I do want to explore a little bit of Age of Sigmar skirmish, and like I say, this is really about that 4x4 table being appropriate for certain game types, but not necessarily every game type. One of the things we're going to do about the release, then I talked about it briefly, is the vast majority of the battle reports we'll do, the vast majority, I think, we will stream live to Twitch. So if you have a Twitch account and you follow us on Twitch, as that starts to, you know, at the moment there's not a lot on there, but Twitch removes after about 16 days. You know, you can kind of watch them live. If you can't catch the show live, what we're also doing is recording those, probably doing a brief edit, because obviously with the live shows, what you've got is kind of all the ums, ahs and thinkings and where do I go from here and those kind of things. So we'll probably be editing those bits out and then dropping them onto premium. And like I say, I think they'll sit on premium for about 4 weeks, so you get early access to that content, and you can watch that in your own time on demand. And then after that period, you'll kind of see, you know, some of that content, you know, if not all of it, probably some of it, you know, coming through to the YouTube channel. So that release process is not new. We tried it with 2 of the battle reports we did, and I think to great success. And what we're going to do that is just roll it out to kind of everything we do. So that's the plan for that. The good news is with these people helping out with battle reports, but also helping out with editing. So I just want to give a shout out to Acharya and Ralph, who have both offered to help with editing. So they're not based here, but as we record those battle reports and put them up live on Twitch, we can send that stream to them, and they're going to kind of do that past edit for us and put it onto premium, which again I think is really going to help just increase that content level, which is what we're striving to do, really. So yeah, shout out for those guys. I've also got Liam and you know, Steve in the background as well, all shouting they're willing to help as well. So like I say, that's all going to be good. And you know, obviously the plan is some of that team will just get on and make content, and I don't need to be involved. And what's so good about that is, well, it actually means I can start to do some of the hobby stuff again, which I haven't really been able to do over the summer. I've not really done, if I'm honest with myself, kind of any hobby at all. It's been a lot of channel related stuff, all working on the studios. You know, I've built a few models, we've done a few reviews, I painted some stuff when I was away on holiday, but you know, that was a few weeks ago now. But what I want to do, I've been working a hell of a lot in the studio, Studio One, not only on the filming and the recording stuff, but we've also been working on, you know, for anybody who's seen any of my Facebook feeds, Noddy Hells has just followed Wargamer Online. Thank you very much, Noddy Hells. Nobody Hells, sorry, not Noddy. Bad luck. You know what? My eyesight's terrible. I definitely need new glasses. So Nobody Hells has just followed us. Thank you very much. I've been building a ton load of Hobby Zone stuff. I was going to pan the camera around, but I can't. There's stuff over there that I can't actually show you because I've not tidied away properly, so I can't risk it. But needless to say, there's a whole boatload of Hobby Zone stuff, which at the moment is roughly fitted in place. This weekend, I am probably going to be doing a live stream where I've got all of this Hobby Zone stuff. I'm going to be fitting it to my studio in a final fit and getting the airbrush station up and running. And for those of you, again, who've been watching on Facebook, you will have seen my custom... by the way, oh no, not that over. How cool is that, by the way? I've been working on a custom housing for my airbrush station, so little airbrush holders and everything, that all in the style of Hobby Zone, so it fits in with the system. So I'm going to be fitting all of that once I'm finally in place this weekend. And the great news is I've also spent a great deal of time making sure that I can get decent camera angles for airbrush tutorials and those kind of things. And we've got more to say on airbrushing, so keep that date of December the 16th in mind as well. Right. Joe says, forget the skin, the beard is looking as strong as ever. You know, thank you very much. My wife is now coined WGO widow, bless her. I don't think she actually ever made it on camera, did she? But she filmed that Killteam battle report, which, by the way, is some of the best filming that's ever been done. And she has offered to do more. That's the great thing. So expect to see some WGO widow filming at least. I don't think she's not going to appear on camera. That's not going to happen. But she'll certainly wield the camera and be sarcastic. Because if anybody's watched that holiday Killteam battle report, you can hear us say something. We've got another follower as well, Bildaris. Thank you very much. That's great for joining us. For those of you who've seen that Killteam battle report online, there's a bit where Sarah just goes, when does anything happen? You know, and it's like, it's a good halfway through the game, which says everything about her. So yes, the WGO widow is pushing me to shorten this. She doesn't like these curly bits at the bottom here. I'm kind of trying to fight through it. My argument is when it gets a little bit more length and a bit more weight, it'll pull it straighter. But you know, it's always hard to go, isn't it? Cheeky Herdstone. It wasn't. This was something. This was oh, you know what? You can't see it because of the green screen, and that's green. But imagine it. But wow, actually, that's kind of no. Of course, that doesn't work. Right. Okay. No, this was Realmgate. Yeah. You know, for the destruction, and it actually the white lights hanging off is because it actually lights up, so you know you can kind of see it working now that the lights are just yeah you go, you see it working. Yeah, that was a realm gate actually. So we built ages ago to go with Sans Army, and it was just on my desk, so and I was just having a good chuckle about that, but that's not anything secret you shouldn't see. I'm stoked to learn airbrushing tips and techniques from a Master Frost. You're an angel. You're an angel. Oh, right. Hold on a second. My screen's about to turn off. You know what? There must be a way of disabling that. Okay. Well, you know, hopefully, I've filmed 3 tutorials, but with the new camera setup as well, I expect to see some live streaming. So again, I'm probably going to be either pushing those to Twitch or maybe every now and then to YouTube. But you'll see some of that stuff live stream. So for instance, one of the things I've got set up over there is a Titan, a Warlord Titan, and that's going to be done as a live airbrushing stream, which is exciting stuff. So that's on the hobby side of stuff. You know what, I'm really excited about the next bit. I was going to save this till the end of the show, but I'm not going to save it anymore. One of the things that we've been doing is working on a whole bunch of giveaways building up to Christmas. We wanted to kind of do a run of giveaways leading up to Christmas full of all sorts of stuff, and we've been talking to people who've sent us review products, and we've been talking to, you know, friends we've made in the industry and games manufacturers out there, and we've been building up this secret stash of wonderful ton loads of hobby stuff. So I'm talking you know, things from Wordforged Games, Games Workshop, Warlord. We've got boxes and boxes of the stuff to build up towards this giveaway. But one of the things that we were talking to was for those of you who attend UK events, you pretty much probably have seen Steve from Barbell Bodyworks. Now, he's a huge airbrush supplier in the UK. He's very active in the wargame scene. He attends a lot of events. He's going to be at ChillCon. And I was chatting to Steve the other day about, you know, what we were trying to do with the channel, and actually what I was doing, in truth, was haggling about an airbrush purchase, and I got nowhere, by the way. You know, Steve's prices are pretty good for Badger in the UK. Well, actually, they're really good. So don't hassle him with haggling, just pay the price. But it doesn't matter. I was haggling, I was getting nowhere. We got chatting about the channel. We got chatting about we really should do some stuff together. When I was at ChillCon and we were doing, for those of you who've been looking on the ChillCon Facebook feed, you've been seeing the trader interviews we did. Steve dodged me. He's not a big one for being on camera. Really avoided the interview sort of thing. And I was saying, okay, well, why don't we not do an interview, but why don't I come up to your place and film one of your airbrushing tutorial sessions? So for those of you who don't know, Steve runs these full day tutorials. There's a massive workshop set up with dozens of airbrushes, you know, and Steve's an absolute airbrushing genius, and he hovers over everyone's shoulder, teaching them all the techniques, and the sort of basic, intermediate, and advanced, and those kind of things. Oh, Patrick, thank you very much for your donation. That's amazing. Brilliant, Patrick. Thank you very much, man. You're a star. You're a star. And you've been such a major supporter over the last, well, since we got started, really, so that's incredibly appreciated. Needless to say, I'm going to move on, Patrick, even though I'd like to just talk about how amazing you are for a while. And you know there's an invite out for you to come and stay at my house. So whenever you can get away from Berlin, which I know you was talking about because it was in German at the top. So I was talking to Steve. We got talking about how he doesn't particularly want to be interviewed, if you like him, and said, what I'll do is I will come along and film one of your amazing Airbrush tuitions going on. And he said, I've got a better idea. Why don't we offer a day's airbrushing tuition to your subscribers? Which is awesome. So this is what's going to happen. There's going to be a proper announcement video going up by the end of the week. But what it's going to be, I'm going to run it as a giveaway competition, essentially. And for one YouTube subscriber, you know what? Let's get this up, because somewhere over here, look, this is what we're talking about. This is Steve's studio. That's the man himself there. Can we get closer in? That's the man himself there. Here's a bunch of happy people learning airbrush tuition. So you can see that everybody gets a station. Everybody gets an airbrush. You know, everybody gets Steve hovering around teaching them all the best techniques. And what we're going to do on the 16th of December is offer one YouTube subscriber a chance to come for the whole day, and 2 of our premium members as well. So that's 3 of our subscribers, either premium or YouTube. So if you want to double or triple your chances of getting a chance to come along to a beginner's airbrush workshop 16th of December, then if you subscribe to the premium side of it as well, then you've got 3 times as much chance as getting to come along. Now, there's some caveats. Of course, it's in the UK, so you do need to be able to get to the UK if you're abroad, and I appreciate that's a bit of a stretch. So obviously, you know, I think most people who are already in the UK will probably, you know, opt for that. But you never know. Some people might want to come along, because here's the Brucey bonus. You also get, I will be there. I won't be attending the beginner's airbrush workshop. Steve did tell me he kind of figured I'm past the beginner stage, which, you know what, coming from Steve, that's a bit of a compliment. So I won't be actually attending the airbrush thing. There will be 2 members of the WGO team, 3 of our subscribers, so 5 of you in total. Quite a small group, which is brilliant for that session. I'll be there filming, so not only do you get to have Steve teaching you all of those wonderful airbrush techniques that only a master like Steve knows over after all of these years, but you will also get to feature on a video on the channel. I'll interview you, you can appear in the video, and you'll be also on Steve's promotion stuff as well, should you choose to. Of course, if you want to just attend the workshop and I keep the cameras well away from you, that's fine by me. I'll have plenty to film that day as well. So there you go. That's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully you're all excited about that. The price is here. As you can see, this is worth £70 to each of you. So the fact we're offering that to 3 subscribers is awesome, and I'm absolutely blown away by Steve's support of Warhammer Online. We've talked for a long time, and you know, I think it's amazing. For those of you who follow Steve on Facebook, he's actually hung up his original business, which was around, you know, doing work on cars and those kind of things, and he's focusing completely on airbrushing for things like the hobby community, either, you know, fantasy, sci-fi, or World War II and those kind of things. So all of his attention is going to all that. All of his product lines has been, you know, focused on that as well. I think he's also, you know, if you're into decorating your cakes as well, if you want to make a Warhammer 40k cake, Steve's the man to talk to. There you go. Right, like I say, there will be a video at the end of the week announcing all of this, all with the proper detail and those kind of things, with how you get entered into the giveaway as well. There's going to be a page on the website. There's going to be a, I don't know, some kind of like and subscribe type mechanism through the YouTube channel where you can at least, you know, either probably comment is easier to track, isn't it? Make a comment on the video, etc. We'll be drawing it. I think we'll be drawing it. We'll draw it at end of September. So for those of you who win that prize, you've got between the end of September and the middle of December to arrange transport and all the rest. If you're coming from a million miles away, and depending on you know, what time you can arrive and stuff, I may even be able to sort out accommodation. But we can talk about that if you win the prize. So if you're worried about accommodation or getting there just for the day, we can probably work something out. So you know, I'm sure we can work something out on that front. I want this to be open to as many people as possible. There we go. What's going off with the internet? I don't know. A free airbrush lesson and I get to be internet famous. Yes, you would, Daryl. That's brilliant, isn't it? Totally awesome. Whereabouts is it? Oh, thank you very much for asking that question, Darren. Whereabouts is Steve? He's in a place called Barwell, which is right in the middle of the country. It's Warwickshire, Northamptonshire kind of area. If you go on to Barwell Bodyworks website, then I'm sure you can find their address. Here we go. It's got to be in there somewhere. Unit 1, Barwell, Leicestershire. There you go. I knew it was somewhere in there. It's about, from where we're based, it's about a 25-minute drive. It's not too far at all. And he's not far off the M69, if that helps you work things out. He's about the middle junction off the M69 if you're a UK-based person. So there you go. Fairly easy to get to, and absolutely lovely people as well. So this could be you, look. This could be you sat there, just only with me hovering around with a camera going, do you mind if I interview you? Ah, there you go. Frost and Fist. This is it. This is your excuse to come to the UK. We've talked about it in the past. It would be amazing if you could do that. Right. Okay. We are at 9:30. I hadn't really set a time for this show. I'm not going to disappear straight away, though. I'm going to spend a bit of time looking at the community and what's going on in there. So, you know, let's move on from the stupendous prize that's available in the first giveaway we're doing that we'll draw in September. October, November and December, you will see further prizes, and I think you'll see them in a similar format. There'll probably be, you know, 2 or 3 winners inside Premium, and, you know, 1 winner from the YouTube subscribe. Thank you, 0180, for subscribing. And the reason we're doing that is, you know, obviously it's the premium membership that enables us to do what we're doing. That enables me to kind of, you know, run around and do all of this stuff and get people involved. And the more I can get together on that side of things, the more people are involved in the team as well, and I can, you know, reward them for their time and efforts. So all of that helps. But right now, everything's going back into the channel. You know, I think while Sam's taking a break, it's absolutely on me to do everything I can to keep it growing in the healthy way it has been. So when he comes back, it's nice and warm and cozy. Okay, a long way from Cornwall. It is indeed a long way from Cornwall, but like I say, Darren, I'm serious. I think I could possibly organise accommodation, if not for the night, possibly for the night before, so you could just arrive there easily on time. Maybe for the night after. Cornwall's amazing anyway. So, and plus I love pasties, so you could just bring me one up, couldn't you? And it would be all good. Right. Okay. It's 9:30. I'm going to spend, I think, a little bit of time checking out what's going off in the community, because I saw some great stuff going off in the Facebook group. Let's see if I can bring this up. Okay, where are we at? A few things. Richard Hudson's post, based on my recommendation, he's got his first Hobby Zone product. So Richard Hudson, thank you. Awesome. I think it's absolutely brilliant stuff. I'm completely in love with it. Like I say, at the moment, mine's like a mass collection of Hobby Zone stuff that isn't quite complete, but this weekend, big live show, I'm going to put it all together and you can see how it all works. I've also got some how to build tutorials as well, Richard. So I can't imagine you can possibly wait for that. But hopefully they'll be up by the end of the weekend. Yeah, why not? It's a short video. I'm sure I can get that done. Okay, what else is going off? Barry has been working on this amazing cloak for his Wolf Lord conversion. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Some 12-year-old green stuff, which does explain, by the way, the different color patterns and stuff like that. But you know what? You got away with it. It's awesome. So pretty impressed. You know, and actually, John Paul there saying, you know, milliput's really good for texture, and yeah, I think he's right. You get that spiky texture with milliput. It's difficult to get those spikes with green stuff, but I still think it works. One of my favorite things is to actually mix green stuff and milliput together. I think you know, what's cool about that is you get almost like the best of both worlds, and believe it or not, they do blend perfectly well together, and they set perfectly well, and they kind of get the best properties of both. The green stuff adds flexibility and durability to the milliput while you're working it, and then I think the milliput adds rigidity to it once it's set. So it seems to set a lot harder than green stuff ever does. You know, there's always a slight rubbery element to green stuff, and by mixing milliput in there as well, it goes more like the solid clay. So there you go. Why not mix both? There's me talking about the show being late. Rob, who was on the review, talking about support your local hobby. I love that, by the way. Middle-earth strategy battle game. So this is an introductions day at Crescent Wargaming. When is that? Saturday. You know what? I might try and get down with the camera on Saturday and film a little bit of that as well. So maybe look out on Facebook for a bit of live stuff on Facebook. Why not? Oh, right. What else is going off? Oh, come on, Methos. Yep, he's just blending like a beast, even without his airbrush. So there you go. You don't need an airbrush for everything, you know, and Methos proving it there as well. Steve Harding as well. Really nice to see your Gene Stealer cult coming on. Come on, let's see the codex, please. Chris Evans has been working on a bunch of tanks. So this is Israeli Magak 6s and M3 half tracks, nearly there. They look amazing, by the way. You need to check out, if you've not checked out the Wargamer Online community page in a while, get yourself along there and check out the quality of some of the stuff that people are posting up. This is amazing. Rick Edon's you know, posting up these beautiful images that have been painted from Studio Galaldes. Awesome. Oh, there's me talking about the show. There's Scott. Oh man, Scott's been really pushing out a lot of work at the moment. Super jealous. Should imagine you're a little bit excited about October, aren't you? Come on. This is Elster Nation's wonderful Warlord Titans we were talking about earlier. Elster Nation, honestly, you've just set the standard for me now, so I've really got to compete with that in the live stream, haven't I? Cheers, buddy. Yeah, feeling it. Harry Scar, 21 hours in, 3 hours to go. So this is finished now. But you know what? If you didn't catch this, they did a live 24-hour session. So actually, if I go along to the show, I think it's still there. So it's not recorded, but it was just Google that, Cancer Research UK Dark Artisan. Check that out. There is a link down here as well for Just Giving, where they were fundraising for the charity Cancer Research UK. I knew I could find it somewhere. £742 so far. Absolutely brilliant. Bunch of amazing people have donated. So just spot on those guys. And there was a competition, but you know what? Go along anyway and support them. Even though the 24-hour stream is complete, pop along and support that, because that was just absolutely awesome and a massive feat. I was actually thinking how much work goes into a 1 or 2 hour show, so to actually sit and stream for 24 hours is just insane. Congratulations to you. Oh, Matt Dell's been working on something crazy. I have no idea what that is, but probably somebody down there actually says what it's from. Right, okay then, what else have we got going off? Tooth and Claw out, drop pod landed. Nice one, Cliff. Whole bunch of Space Wolves. Yeah, I think that's maybe enough of going down the community. I did want to check out on the website. I was just looking at some of the posts. Adrian Binko has posted up his first 1,000 K of evocators. Man, just check this stuff out. It's absolutely amazing. So for those of you who have not been along to this before, this is Wargamer Online's forum. The beauty of this is you can post up high resolution images You get to see them in this wonderful format where you can check them all out, really close detail, and you can see the amazing work that people have been putting up. So there's lots of stunning stuff been going up there, and this is as we get to the close of the WGO Chronicles, which closes at the end of this month. So come next week, I will be doing a show on the WGO Chronicles. We've got all these amazing people, Neil, James, Matthew, all working on their Tale of Four Warlords. And the good news is, Matthew, if you can get in touch again, if I forget, these guys are going to be coming up to Studio 2 to film a battle report, which I'm mega excited about. Matthew, get in touch. We will get a date in, and we can do it as soon as possible, basically. And I'm talking days, not weeks. So you get in touch with me, and let's get down to the studio and film that battle report. Because for starters, what a beautiful set of models anyway. Just stunning work across the team. Absolutely amazing. So it was great to see. Oh my goodness. No, I'm really sad now I've opened that up, so I'm so jealous. Okay, what else have we got going off in the community? I've got to scroll all the way, but look at the length of this post, it's insane. This is the other beauty of this forum, of course, is you can kind of come back and check these out, and they're going to be there on our website forever. You know, if you post your work up there, it's going to be around as a record long after Facebook has made it disappear into obscurity. People can come along and check this stuff out. Silver Tower box set from Thordalim. Wowzers. So there you go, people doing amazing work on the forum for you to check out. Oh man, look at that. That's so cool. That's such an amazing model. I definitely want to do Silver Tower at some point, but what a list of stuff we've got to do, that's the problem. Okay, what's going off in the chat? Plastic simp. What are people trying to find out what the secret thing is? I can't reveal the secret thing. Obviously, there's a reason I can't reveal the secret thing, because it's a secret. But the good news is if you've subscribed to our YouTube channel or you're a member of the community, keep an eye out. Announcements will be coming. You'll see this stuff go live, and then you can enjoy it like the rest of us. But needless to say, amazing stuff. I feel so bad I've mentioned it now. Plastic Sisters 2019, Emperor's Willing. I will flip a chicken when Plastic Sisters come out, like I think 9/10 of the community. I don't even know if that's a saying. I think that's a combination of several sayings. But needless to say, I'm pretty excited about Plastic Sisters, especially after seeing some of the stuff that was previewed at the open day. Frost says, great tips for green stuff. Yeah, you know what? I resisted from trying that green stuff / milliput mix for a long time until we came to do the fur cloaks. Oh, blast, he's put them all away. Jack's Beastclaw Raiders, he wanted to go with, you know, really pushing them into that snowy drift kind of scene. So he wanted to give them all fur cloaks and fur boots and stuff like that. So we kind of pushed the boat out. We got a fur mold. Okay, we cheated a bit. It's a fur mold from Green Stuff World, and but if you just press green stuff into it, it doesn't work as well. If you press milliput into it, it's harder to peel it back out. By combining the two, you know, like I say, you've got the elasticity, but then the final finish they set rock solid. And I have to say, in all honesty, that's the first time I've tried mixing it, because we tried both, we weren't happy with the results of either, and I knew it was possible. I'd seen other people talking about it, so I just went for it. I did a 50-50 mix, and lo and behold, it's amazing, and I've never looked back since. Right. Derpimus Maximus, I just want to know which Smart A has the idea of cutting the pauldrons in half when putting them on the sprue. Pauldrons. Oh, okay. Oh, of course, for the Warlord. Are they in half? I can't remember that. I'll have to check that out. Are they? Yeah, they are. I think they are. I think you're right. Well, there's one way to check, of course, is check out Else the Nation's post. Because I think in one of those posts, there we go. Yeah, you is not wrong. Okay, yeah, they need joining down there. Shocker. Well, there you go. Probably because of the volume of the curve on it, maybe. And I know that they could have done it. I know that's me being a little bit forgiving, but you know. Or maybe it was just so they could get it to fit on the sprue. I do know that sometimes when they put deep things on the sprues, of course, they get damaged in transit all the time. So maybe they were trying to avoid that. Who knows? Awesome. I've got one of those molds, but found green stuff too soft as well. Well, there you go. There you go. Get some milli put in there. Give it a bit of time to set as well. We found it actually worked better if it was kind of just getting a little bit firmer. Oh, the Stormcast from Soul Wars was what that whinging was about, says Derpivus Maximus. Right, okay. You know what? I didn't build the Stormcast, actually. I was on the Night Haunt duty. So, there you go. I apologise. I thought you were talking about the Warlords there, which, of course, they've only gone and done it again. Yeah, nothing we can help about that. Right. What time are we, and have I got any more to cover? You know what, I think I'm pretty much up to speed. There was one thing I wanted to talk about. You know, a couple of things inside the community. We had, and I've only gone and lost it, from the Wild Pacers. Really excited for this. You know, I'll be making sure, whichever way, WGO will be getting hopefully a copy of the Battle Tome. And I shall be posting that onto Sam to muse over while he takes his break. But this is amazing. I absolutely love that. That's hilarious. I don't need to say why I find it hilarious. It's just hilarious. It is awesome. So I absolutely love the headstone. Bravo, GW. Bravo. Because just amazingly exciting. Great to see Beast Clouds. Just like, come on. Oh, it's going to be so good, isn't it? What a great faction. So there you go. And the good news is it's going to be waiting for Sam upon his return. So that's great stuff. Also, a whole bunch of new crazy stuff going off in terms of the magic. So, you know, for those of you who haven't seen this already, really cool stuff. I love that paint effect, by the way. It's so simple to do, but so effective. You know, okay, it doesn't look so amazing when you've just got such a zoom on it, if you like. But, you know, as soon as you step back from that model, it does look amazing. For those of you who have always struggled with flames and stuff, it's a really simple technique as well, just using, you know, a few washes, a few different layers, and then a super bright highlight of white running on that stuff really works well. So pretty impressed with them, not only the models but the paint job that they've gone with. Tooth and Claw, I'm still 50-50 on whether I'm going to get Tooth and Claw. I went to pick a copy up, and actually when I got there I suddenly realised that, you know, besides this sort of abominant, I pretty much got everything else that's in that box. So it was hard work. It was hard work to convince myself not to do it. I think I'm going to hold out for the Codex. But if you want to start either of those two factions, oh man, what a box set and what incredible value it is. So, you know, check it out. Other good news as well, the Reaver Titan, sorely missed from the release, but, you know, you can't blame them. You don't have to do everything in one weekend, do they? Reaver, Warlords, come on, get them out now. At least people have had time to paint their Warlord Titans and their little Knight Titans. I've always loved the Reaver as a design. One of my favourite designs, so I really like it. You know, crikey, so much going off at the moment in the hobby. As I said, Middle Earth as well. All the rules changes. Rob, really, if you've not seen the review we did for Lord of the Rings strategy battle game, check it out, because Rob really did, I think, a brilliant job of highlighting to us how the game works, how the mechanic works, and what the rule changes will do in terms of having an impact. And he's got a lot more to say on the subject. I was quite savage in the editorial side of things there, saying, okay Rob, but you can't give everything away before this product is in people's hands. But once it's out there in the world, we'll be getting Rob back in to talk more about it, because he loves that stuff. Crikey, what else have we got going off? Well, there's a lovely, by the way, if anybody hasn't read this article, it was only out, I think it was today. Was it today? I think it was today. Awesome, about narrative playing, and it's really nice to see them again, giving some focus back towards the narrative side of stuff. And I love this kind of stuff. You know, who's your central character? Where have they come from? How is the character connected to others, friends, families, enemies? I love that. Get together with your friends. Weave a narrative between your armies. you know, I'm sure Frost and Fist have spent plenty of time doing that. You know, really kind of, you know, if, you know, Jack's working on the sisters of, whatever they're called, daughters of Cain, and all the rest, you know, he's working on those. And you know, we've already started to kind of say, you know, well, how do they interact with my Fire Slayers? Have they encountered each other in the past, and those kind of things? And even trying to weave some of the previous victories and losses into the narrative as well. So anyway, yes, check that article out. It's absolutely awesome. I've just seen a whole bunch of, I think, is that a bunch of chat? It is, yes. Okay. Stormcast from Soul Wars. Because there are 3 options for the Warlord. Sholter says fell hate. There you go. Makes sense. And Amit's linking to something. I've no idea what. Maybe is that Sam's Beastmen? Hopefully, maybe, because that is an awesome video if you haven't already seen that. Anyway, go through that article. If you've not considered the narrative side of stuff before, it's a great article, well written, and pretty lengthy as well. So plenty of stuff in there to how you can kind of, you know, build that narrative in. And if you're anything like me, like a little bit of storytelling really does enhance the experience when it comes to actually working on the army, when it comes to those little, you know, you don't have to go full-on conversion still to have a lot of fun about tweaking little things, little tiny conversions, little changes to weapons, little bits of detail on bases. All can be driven by narrative, and all put that smile on your face when you pick the model up, you know, 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later. I've got you know, a model standing on top of a Tyrannid Warrior Prime's head, and that's because in the first battle I did with it, against all the odds, it took out a Warrior Prime. And by the way, this is an Eldar striking Scorpion. I didn't expect, he was just a striker Scorpion, not the Exarch. He was the last remaining dude in his entire unit. He later became, in my narrative, he later became an Exarch, and in my narrative he's now Wraith Lord. So you know, life happens. But back then, as the individual dude, as soon as that battle was over, I was breaking him off the base, going into the spares box and pulling out a Tyrannid head. I just had him stood atop that Tyrannid. So it's always good stuff. Amit is linking to Rob and Jack's video about Pelennor Field, so yes, go check that out. It was a good video. I really enjoyed filming it, and those guys were quite funny. And like I say, it's been nice to kind of do something I think a little bit different with those reviews. Universally, the comments are all the same. Can you give us the points values? Can you give us really clear screenshots of every single page? Obviously not. They're reviews of a product, so we do need to, you know, there are unscrupulous people out there that will simply screenshot entire videos and not go out and buy the product. But you know, if you want to support GW, then you know, we're doing reviews so people are interested enough and informed enough to say, do I want to go out and buy this product? But I do think in that format where there was kind of a chat and a discussion, and we're bringing in people who know the subject better than, you know, us just picking up the book and reading it for 2 days, bringing in somebody who's played Lord of the Rings since 2001, I think he said, you know, who knows the subject backwards, I think has been really nice. Where are we at now? Okay. You know what? We are at 7 minutes to 10. I'm going to do a quick recap, I think, of everything that I can think of. So, as a reminder, for those of you who missed the start of the show, Sam is taking a break from the channel. So, sad news, I'm afraid, but it's only a break from the channel. There's been no fallout, no need for gossip and all the nasty rumors and stuff like that. It's for personal reasons, of which, of course, I'm not going to divulge. So, just for those of you who missed the start of it, and if you really want to know a little bit more information, rewind back to the beginning of this once I've finished streaming. The studio work is now complete, so we have full 1080p multi-camera stuff in both studios now. So we've got a whole bunch of players lined up, and you're going to be seeing a bunch more content. But I literally finished working on the studio this Sunday. That was the last day I was working on it, and we did the final test, and I'll be posting that test up online as well, so you can see the setup in the studio. Although I'm a bit annoyed with myself because I only set up kind of half a table. I kind of had a bunch of terrain at the back of the table. And looking back on it, if I was going to actually just show you a bit of test footage, I wish I'd done that in the first time. BatReps, we're going to be focusing on Age of Sigmar, 40k and Killteam over the next few months, certainly up until the new year. That's where our focus is going to be. We're going to be looking at attending tournaments. We've got a ChillCon coming up at the 22nd of September. Somebody's going to kill me if I've got that date wrong, but I'm pretty certain it's the 22nd of September. We are going to be announcing a giveaway every month up until from now until Christmas, and this month's giveaway, as in September's, we're not quite there, is the chance to attend a full day airbrushing tutorial at Barwell Bodyworks in the UK. This is worth £70, and we're going to be offering that to 1 YouTube subscriber and 2 premium members as well. So and you're going to be joining 2 of the WGO team and myself, so there'll be 6 of us there on the day. I won't be doing the airbrushing. I will be filming a video, so you get to be a YouTube star if you want to be. You don't have to be on camera, but I'm really excited about that and completely grateful and blown away by Steve at Barwell for offering to do that in collaboration with Wargamer Online. So that's exciting stuff. What else have we got? It's going to be a push on hobby work. I'm going to be doing a live stream where I'm setting the studio up with all the Hobby Zone stuff, and that's going to be leading into some live sessions where I'm going to be using some airbrush techniques on getting my Warlord Titan painted. What else? I'm sure there was something else. I think that's basically it. Oh, of course it's not. The last thing I mentioned, WGO Chronicles is coming to a close at the end of this month. So if you want to get anything in there, just update the forum. So go along to the forum. So let's go full screen on this so you can actually see what I'm doing. Go along to the forum. Inside the forum is, when it loads, you can see the WGO Chronicles somewhere in there. There you go, WGO Chronicles 2018. There's 54 topics and 384 posts of everybody who's been working like crazy within the Chronicles. Go along there, post up your final work, and I will be doing a special review show of the Chronicles and having a look at some of the greatest work within there. In fact, just a look across all of it. You know, everybody's work is great. 22nd of September, says Amit. I was on it. Boom. Okay, that Airbrush Day is the 16th of December, but I will be drawing it at the end of September, giving people plenty of time to organise their transport, travel, etc. to get to Leicestershire. And like I say, if you're absolutely stuck or if you're concerned about that, then I'm sure I can probably sort some accommodation out. But you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But fear not. Get your entry in, which I've not announced how you do yet, but look out for that video, and when you get your entry in, well, I'm sure we'll make something work. Daryl says, I've pretty much finished a Cataphractory Captain during the show. Just face and base to finish. Ralph just said, keep going please. Built another model during the show. You know what? I've got work to do. We've got calls to make. Ralph, Amit, you've both offered to help me set up a new chat show forum. So format, rather. So it's alright asking me to continue talking, but as soon as I go offline, I'm going to be dialing you, and we're going to be having a chat and trying to get some new technology working. So you never know. It's going to be fun anyway. Plus, we can have a proper catch up because it's been an age. Right. There you go. I am all done. So thank you very much for coming along and joining me tonight. I can't wait to see you again. Like I say, I think Monday Musing is back to a regular slot now, certainly for the foreseeable future, so I will definitely see you next Monday live. There's most likely going to be a live show at some point this weekend as I do my studio, and then over the next week expect to see either some live battle reports or certainly some live airbrushing sessions and stuff like that. So Martin Dix is just going to say, hey all, quick hi. Hi Martin. You've joined me literally as I'm saying goodnight to everybody, but that's the great thing about YouTube. Just give it a couple of minutes and you can rewind and watch the show again. But thank you for making it anyway, Martin. Finally, thank you to everybody who subscribed on YouTube while the show was going on. That's much appreciated. As this comment says, likes and subscribes really help the channel grow, so it's great for everybody who's hit that like and subscribe button. And one last thank you to that man there, Patrick, for making such a generous donation to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. And hopefully, Patrick, if you get time, we'll get you on a chat and we'll catch up. Alright, that's it from me. Good night all, and we'll see you again soon. Where's that end credits?